Hi, this is Julia from Green Umbrella. Today I'm going to show you a few things. The first thing is all about Facebook stories for pages. Now there are two ways to get to your Facebook pages stories, the facility, so I'm going to show you those two ways. The second thing I'm going to go through is just to explain to you the best practice really, how many stories should you be doing, what is a story, and I'm not going to go into the actual detail of all the effects and stuff like that. That's something you really just need to play with yourself. I'm going to show you a few different tips that I've discovered as I've been doing these. So the first place is obviously you can go directly to your Facebook business page and you can add a story direct from there. So if you click your hamburger, which is right down at the bottom down here, and you can get to, you've usually got a shortcut to your business page. Oh, where's mine? Sorry, it's hip here. Okay, that's my business page. So you land on your business page and then you come down and you can see add a story here. So you just click on there and that will take you to the add a story facility where you can actually create your story for the day. Okay, if you want to view your story, every time I click on there it just goes really slow when I'm recording. So I can view my story. If I just want to click over here, I can view the story. Okay, so that's how you view your story and how you can add to your story from your business page. But as you can imagine, that is quite a few clicks away before you can get to that facility. So there's a shortcut version. So I want to show you the shortcut version. Again, we're going to go right back to the beginning as if I've just logged into Facebook. And the shortcut version is actually where you would do a normal story. So I just click my finger on the screen. So not click it, but just tap it on the screen and I pull the screen over to the right and I get the stories facility there. So literally just clicking my finger on the screen and dragging that screen over to the right. Okay, and I can then do my story from there. So let's just do a quick picture. Okay, and then literally when you've actually added your story, so that's a photo that I'm going to add. I've got various different filters up here. The filters that I always use, see if this goes quick, yep, is location. So if I tap location, I can add in the name of the business. That also helps apparently with regards to edge rank because you're tagging in businesses. So that'll help with the reach of this. Again, if I tap, another one that I use an awful lot is time. Now, I didn't realise this, but you can actually see different types of time. So if I actually tap that time, I get various different types of time as well. So I tend to like that one. Okay, so once you've put all your filters on, you might want to do some extra text. You might want to do some drawings, just do a little arrow pointing to something or whatever it is. You might want to put some sort of an effect on or whatever it is that you want to do. Have a play around with these different borders and stuff like that as well. You can make things look really pretty if you want to. But don't forget you're doing this for your business. Then you need to do is just click next. And then rather than, if you just click here, post to your story, that posts to Julia Doherty, that posts to the individual. If you click post, that not just goes to your story, but that also goes to your normal status updates. You're updating your status. But if you click change here at the top, you can then post to your company page. Obviously, I've got a few companies that I manage, but there you go, is Green Umbrellas. So if I then click change and then click here, post to the story here, I'm not going to do that now because obviously that post that I've just created is not something I really want to send out to the world. But if I just click story and I can also click post at the same time, I can send to my story, but I can also send to my timeline, but directly from there. Now I know that probably sounded a little bit long-winded, but it's not if you look at it. So just as a quick recap then, you log in into Facebook as normal, you keep your finger on the screen, you pull it over to the right. Keeps doing that, sorry. Put it over to the right. Okay, you take a photo. Okay, you add some text if you want to. Julia recording a video on stories. Okay, click done. So that's a bit busy, so what I want to do is click over on the right hand side, that pencil, I'll click the green, and I'm just going to colour this in to make my writing stand out a little bit more. Okay, and then I click done. Next, I want to add to my story. If I just click this one here, that adds to Julia's story, that adds to my personal story. If I click next, I can then add it to my page by clicking change, and then down to my page, which mine is right at the bottom, and then I can just click here, add to story, and then I click that bottom button just down there, and that will add it to the story. If I wanted to add it to my timeline as well, I could add to there, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, so that's the first thing. Right, the second thing I'm getting asked quite a bit is, what is a story? What is the purpose of a story? What's meant to happen? Okay, so going back right at the top of your feed, you'll have these stories. If it's got a blue line around the outside, that means there's activity on that story that you've not seen yet, or there's a new story. So if Green Umbrella's got a blue rim around the outside, that basically means that someone's posted a story to that feed that I haven't seen. How many stories should you do, and what should a story be? So how many stories you should do, I would say no more than 6 stories throughout the day. Otherwise it's a little bit overwhelming. I was seeing some people's stories. Where was one? Oh, that's gone now. The stories obviously disappear as well within 24 hours. They vanish completely. So if you've done a good story, make sure you click that post to the timeline at the same time. So no more than 6 stories, I would say, throughout the day, and it is the story of your day. If you just think of it like that, that's what it is. It's the story of your day. So it's telling the world what is happening today. Okay, so it needs to be things that get your culture of the business across. So if you can see, like some of the ones that we've done, it's Mark's turn to make the coffee again. Mark is always making the coffee. Christina never makes a coffee. This one, I don't know if you can see this, is going to come up on the screen, but this is like Mark playing with some software, him doing a dance, and then it goes on to another one from Christina, and that's actually her personal story. So it's little bite-sized bits of information that will get the culture of your business across. So no more than 6. And what sort of things should you be posting? So little things like that. So no more than 6, and little bite-sized information about your business, about your day. Okay, so personal stories, if you do, just click again, finger on the screen, and you click over to the right, and then you do a story from there. Let's go back again. You can integrate these now with Messenger. So if you are using like Facebook Messenger, which is the just like normal, a bit like WhatsApp, the chat side of things, you now get stories above here as well. Okay, so if I've put a new story in there on Facebook, it will now integrate and it will post onto Messenger as well. So people will see your stories from both. I've had a look at the stats. I actually get more visibility from my stories on Facebook, just the normal Facebook. So at the moment, it's just sort of starting to take off. I'm probably getting about 40 hits a day, and you can see your stats. So if I look into my Facebook there, that was one Voxel 16 hits. Again, you can just tap on it. I've only had the one because I only did that one this morning. But usually before the 24 hours is up, I've had about between 35 and 40 views of my story towards the end of the 24-hour period. So that's how that works, and you can see the stats from there. The other thing is, obviously, if you are adding a story to your personal story, that now also integrates with Instagram, but it's the other way around. So you can't add a story here and post it to Instagram. You have to go into Instagram, do a story, and then that post to your Facebook Messenger and your Facebook Day Facebook stories over on here. Okay, I think I've probably done stories to death now, so I'm going to say goodbye. I look forward to seeing stories. Please get onto them soon as, because nobody's doing them, so you're going to get attention because it's a new thing, so people are clicking on them. So if you're in business, especially a local business, get those offers out there. Get those little bits of snippets of information into your stories as well as your business page. All right, that's me signing out for another week. Don't forget to subscribe, and you can follow me on Twitter, or you can follow me on Facebook for all of these various different tips and tricks. All right, see you next week. Take care. Bye bye.